Maine and Maine will have special meeting for more than 300 active duty military members around the country this holiday.
Joy Hollowell was in Searsmont this morning as freshly cut and packed Christmas trees were loaded onto a FedEx truck for a very special delivery.
Those of us who have served our country and been away from home during the holidays, it has a huge impact.
That's why members of the Randall Collins VFW out of Belfast spent a chilly morning helping to load 301 fresh Christmas trees onto this FedEx truck.
Some were grown at the prison farm, some were grown right here in Searsmont, they're grown all over the state that get donated and brought here.
Each tree is destined for an active duty service member spending Christmas away from home. This year, Maine trees are headed to the 910th Airlift Wing in Youngstown, Ohio, West Point, Fort Gregg Adams in Central Virginia, and the Naval Submarine Base in New London, Connecticut. Local elementary school students wrote cards that are individually attached.
And so when the service member gets the tree out, they can see a card as well.
And each tree also comes with its own unique set of ornaments.
We have ladies that make all these handmade ornaments, and they make over 5,000 every year. Maine is the only place that sends out ornaments all over the United States, and we've been doing it for many years. We now are getting calls from other states. They want to try to do it.
This is the 20th year for the Trees for Troops program, and in that time, they've delivered more than 300,000 trees to troops all over the country and even abroad.
Actually, one of the gentlemen that was here loading today, he was the recipient of a tree a couple years ago, and it brought tears. It was like, it tugs at your heart to know that somebody somewhere is sending you a token from Maine for the holidays.
Joy Hollowell, WABI News, Searsmont.